With a star possibly vacating a title and more, this is Wrestling Rambles. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we move on, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Rambles with notifications on, and don't forget to like the video. As he is set to take on AJ Styles for a shot at the WWE Championship, LA Knight sent this message to the Phenomenal One.
What do you want? Always looking for something, ain't you? Guess what? You found something. You found a man who's stepping up. Number one contender. Yeah, well, maybe not quite yet. You look at next week. You still got one more match at the end of tonight, but then you look at next week. Whoever I face, doesn't make a damn bit of difference. I win at WrestleMania, I win at SmackDown. It goes on and on. There is no stopping the gravy train. There is no stopping this Kavorka. There is no stopping L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Giving his thoughts on AEW airing the altercation from the All In Wembley event between CM Punk and Jack Perry, Matt Hardy said this on his Extreme Life podcast. It's intriguing. It's very unlike AEW to do this, but I'm not opposed to it. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how they follow up to this, because I think it could be something that is beneficial to AEW. I don't think he ever should have been exiled from all that at the end of the day. I feel like his punishment outweighed the crime. That's what I believe when it comes to that, and I think Jack Perry is a big asset to AEW, and I'll be happy to have him back. Matt Hardy also said this on his podcast regarding what is next after his deal with AEW expired. Yes, I am a free agent now, just negotiating, talking. I have interacted with everyone, still interacting with AEW, and that's where we're at right now. Whenever my deal ended up running out, that gave me the opportunity to negotiate and speak to everyone available, really weigh in my options, and that's what I'm doing right now. Uploading a video to Instagram, The Rock mentioned how he was feeling after WrestleMania 40, as he is hoping to be a part of Mania 41 next year. Here's the clip.
Happy Sunday to you guys. Happy April 14th Sunday. Hope you guys are having a great weekend with your family, your friends, your loved ones, having a few drinks, some cheap meals, doing all the fun shit that we've earned throughout the week. It's been a while since I've stopped in. I wanted to swoop in and address and acknowledge a lot of your questions, but I will distill it down to just a few here of the ones that I've gotten all week long. Post-WrestleMania, 1 week after WrestleMania, how I felt about WrestleMania, how my body feels after WrestleMania, after that 45-minute match, and what's happening next in my world. Okay, so a few things. Number one, let me just start with thank you. Let me say thank you so much for all the incredible support going into WrestleMania, the build-up to WrestleMania. I wanted to help create the biggest WrestleMania of all time, the biggest build-up of all time, make wrestling cool again. Professional wrestling is cool again. From the final boss, I want to say thank you so much for all of your support. And we shattered every WrestleMania record this past WrestleMania. We shattered every WWE record, and we did it because of you, the fans, and we did it for you, the fans. So thank you. How my body feels after WrestleMania, banged up like a son of a bitch, but that's to be expected, and that's the world we're in. Whether it's pro wrestling or MMA, UFC, pro boxing, you go into these events, you prepare as best you can, you have your training camps, and you get banged up like a son of a bitch, and hopefully you come out of it not injured. It doesn't always happen that way. My body's banged up this whole week. I spent recovering, getting rid of all the inflammation, lactic acid, but no injuries. So that's the key. So anytime you could go through a match like that, whether it's 45 minutes like our match or whatever it is, it's WrestleMania. You leave it all out in the ring like every woman, like every guy did in that locker room, and you get banged up, and hopefully you don't get injured. So no injuries here to report. My body feels great. Had a great week of working out, recovering. I did a 12-week training camp to prepare for WrestleMania. I wanted to make sure that I felt like my size was good. I weighed in at about 284 pounds when it was bell time at WrestleMania last week. I felt like my movements were quick, they were sharp, they were fast where they needed to be. I was explosive where I needed to be. My main thing in getting in the ring with those guys, my cousin Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Seth Rollins, I wanted to make sure that my conditioning was on point, because those guys can go, and they've been doing it now for years consistently, and I've been away. So I implemented that 12-week training camp. I flew in a lot of wrestlers for the camp. I had a wrestling ring set up in Hawaii, a wrestling ring set up in Southern California, and one set up in Georgia. And I wanted to make sure, again, that my conditioning was on point, that my cardio was on point, and I can go. And my motor was going and going and going. So I was very happy about that. And I want to say congratulations to the men I was in the ring with. These guys are the best on the planet. Congratulations to Cody Rhodes, the new Universal Champion. As I had said, when the final boss returns, he's coming back for you. I'll make you bleed again, boy. Congratulations, Cody Rhodes. Congratulations to my cousin Roman Reigns on an incredible 3.5-year run, maybe even 4 years. Just incredible and iconic and historic. I'm very, very proud of you, Uso. And also congratulations to who I feel is the real MVP of the entire WrestleMania weekend, Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins. What an honor it was to share the ring with you three. What an honor it was for us to break records. And now my sights are set on the next WrestleMania. But that's down the road, a conversation down the road. So.
Revealing that she contemplated joining AEW, WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella said this on the Nikki and Bree show. Since we've been lifting so much, we always start to get that wrestling mindset. We're going to go back and do this story and cut this promo. You get it? But how serious I got, where I was like, okay, I think I can do maybe a year at AEW and I can do it every week. When I saw Mercedes Moné debut and cut her promo, that line stuck with me. Here we're going to make the evolution worldwide. I was like, they do. It goes into many leagues is what she means. It doesn't have to be at one place. It can be at all these places where all these women are wrestling at. I go, Bree, I think I can do it for a year. I can do it here to here and go every week. Then I thought of Mateo. I had a good week of like, this is it. I'm going to call Tony Khan. I'm your girl. I will commit. Then I was like, I can't do that to my son right now. He needs me. In a video posted to social media, AEW President Tony Khan can be seen talking to fans in attendance at a recent show as it's been described as a meltdown.
You just saw a great Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match.
He's literally saying
Saw the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion. And we got some more of the Ring watching Ring of Honor, and since we're all a bunch of sickos, how about we do some more wrestling right now? Let's go. Let's make it a fun Saturday night. You got this great crew of women and men down here changing the ring out. And I have to tell you, this is great sports country. You would appreciate pro wrestling is pretty much the only sport that is 52 weeks a year. There is no off season for us. No off season for the wrestlers. No off season for the staff. No off season for the fans. And it wouldn't be possible without these great women and men setting up the ring 52 weeks a year up and down North America. Let's go! Let's give it up to the crew! You're awesome. You're awesome. Let's give it up to the crew, and let's give it up to you fans. Let's go!
They're going all right.
You made it a great 3 hours live of AEW, and this show, this content we're filming, you get to watch it Thursday nights now on WatchROH.com, this Ring of Honor. You're here right now. You can watch it Thursdays on WatchROH.com. It's a lot like my favorite movie, Time Cop. Time Cop. Are you Time Cop fans? What are you talking about? All right, well, you're going to be in two places at once. We got this great action coming up moments from now. Bobby, it looks like we're almost ready to go.
Just about ready with this awesome crew, Tony.
Awesome. Bobby, how many years have you been working for Ring of Honor?
20 years this year.
20 years. Awesome. Well, that's very cool, and something else very cool. We have some great wrestling coming up right now. God bless all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here tonight. Looks like we're almost ready to get going with the action, but I just wanted to come out here and thank you personally and get this thing started again. And I was going to ask you, is anybody going to watch Dynasty next weekend? Hell yeah, let's go! I'll see you in a little bit. Looks like we're almost ready to go here with the action. I love it. Is anybody gonna drive a little bit west on I-74? Come see Dynamite on Wednesday?
No!
Any of you crazy? Well, it's not a bad trip down I-74 when you got crazy matches.
Give us some free tickets!
Ospreay. Personally, I want to come up and I'd want to go westward on I-74 and catch that. Bobby, let's go. You're going to Dynasty? Who's going to Dynasty? Awesome. Well, I hope you're going to make St. Louis. I'm excited to see you there, sir, in St. Louis, and the rest of you watching it Sunday on pay-per-view. And let's get this Ring of Honor going, Bobby. Let's get referee out here.
All right, we are just about ready to go. We're kicking things off with 6 women tag team action.
Reflecting on his appearance at WrestleMania 40, The Undertaker noted on his 6 Feet Under podcast, "Something happened this weekend and I've been struggling with it since I retired, but this weekend gave me closure." Wow, it really did. It was fun, obviously. Doing this for as long as I have and being involved in that storyline, it was important. But when it was over and I'm running out of the building, I felt like I'm good now. I don't know if I needed it because, my last match was in the Boneyard and there was nobody there. Cinematic. It was like a moment of clarity. I'm okay now. I'm not saying I won't do something like that in the future, but I no longer have that feeling in my chest that I've had since I retired. I needed to come to peace with it. Just like I knew when I knew it was over in the Boneyard match at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I'm good now. Wow, yeah. And I had no clue, but I just knew once it was done, I was like, you're good, man. It's time to flip the page and go to the next chapter. So yeah, it was such a cool weekend all the way around. To finish up and have closure to the wrestling part of my career was such a great feeling. It was amazing, an amazing feeling, because I don't have that pressure anymore. It's been difficult the last couple of years, especially at Mania or even at a regular premium live event. I would leave before the matches because I would get to the point where I felt like I needed to be out there. But being out there this weekend and have such a great storyline with someone like The Rock on that stage at WrestleMania in front of a live crowd like the one in Philadelphia, it was an incredible experience. When it comes to a championship reign in WWE being abruptly at an end, it was said that WWE Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley was injured on last week's Raw. PWInsider.com has learned from multiple sources. Ripley was involved in a backstage brawl with Liv Morgan. PWInsider.com has heard that the issue is severe enough that the talk internally is that Ripley may be forced to vacate her championship, possibly as soon as tonight's episode of Raw. Explaining how his appearance at WrestleMania 40 came together, The Undertaker noted on his 6 Feet Under podcast, "It happened pretty spontaneously. We got to Philadelphia on Wednesday that week. I think I got a call Tuesday from Triple H that said, 'Hey, a lot of things are going on. A lot of thoughts are being put into this. Would you want to be a part of it?' I was like, look, if it works and if I can be of help to it in any way, if I could be of help, fine. Whatever you guys need, just let me know. Taker said the response was, okay, we don't have anything yet. We're just putting ideas together. Taker continued, I don't hear anything else until Thursday. I get a text from Michael Hayes saying we're coming up with some ideas. I'm like, cool, let me know. That was it. Then I'm at the One Dead Man show. I get a text from Paul Heyman. I'm like, interesting. This is picking up steam here. It had gone back and forth, and I get a text during Sunday. Talking about his upcoming match against Bryan Danielson at the AEW Dynasty event, Will Ospreay said this to Uproxx Sports. The respect I have for Bryan Danielson. I don't have the vocabulary to be able to tell you how meaningful this match is to me, but it doesn't mean that I'm starstruck by Bryan Danielson. I do see him as somebody that is reachable. I can take anything that Bryan Danielson has ever done, whether it's in Ring of Honor or the other company, and do it better. You want this next generation to kick your ass, and here I am. I'm ready to take the reins from you. You've been the greatest wrestler of all time for God knows how long. But like you said, you're coming to the end of your full-time career. I'm here to take the throne from you now, mate. With it said that former WWE star Eric Rowan has canceled appearances for pro wrestling promotions, PW Insider Elite added several independent promotions have announced that Eric Rowan has pulled out of upcoming events due to contractual obligations. Rowan was in Pittsburgh this past week, where WWE talent go for medical testing. Going over the WWE contract status of Becky Lynch, PW Insider reported that WWE is making it a point to ensure that Becky Lynch's new deal is completed before it expires. One source believes Lynch has about 8 weeks left in her current deal. Speaking of WWE contracts, Ringside News wrote that recent reports from PW Insider shed light on the ongoing negotiations between McIntyre and WWE, revealing that a new deal has yet to be finalized despite weeks of discussions. The primary sticking point appears to be the terms of the proposed agreement, prolonging the impasse between the two parties. According to sources cited in the report, McIntyre's current contract is set to expire within the 5 to 6 week time frame. Should an agreement fail to materialize, McIntyre could potentially part ways with the company as early as late May or early June. When it comes to a cross-promotion between WWE and another company, Ringside News wrote 2 prominent WWE stars might be gearing up for an electrifying inter-promotional showdown following the unveiling of a new wrestling venture. Today marked the official announcement of Marigold, a new promotion spearheaded by none other than Rossy Ogawa, the founder and former owner of Stardom. Speculations about this venture had been swirling since Rossy's departure from Stardom earlier this year. Adding to the intrigue, reports suggested that Julia, former World of Stardom champion, was poised to join Marigold before transitioning to WWE later in the year. However, it seems that the ties between Marigold and WWE might extend beyond Julia's anticipated involvement. According to Tokyo Sports, Rossy has already initiated discussions with WWE regarding potential blockbuster inter-promotional matches. The buzz is that Rossy has reached out to WWE with proposals to feature Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, both alumni of Stardom, in a Marigold event slated for this summer. Both wrestlers enjoyed considerable success under Rossy's stewardship in Stardom before making the leap to WWE. The mutual respect between Rossy and the WWE stars has been cultivated over many years. Rossy's cameo appearance on NXT Stand and Deliver alongside William Regal and Julia during the latter's introduction to the live crowd hints at the burgeoning relationship between Marigold and WWE. Notably, Io Shirai recently dropped the WWE Women's Championship to Bayley on Night 2 of WrestleMania 40, while Kairi Sane currently holds reign as one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. As the anticipation builds for potential cross-promotional showdowns, fans are left eagerly awaiting confirmation and details of these thrilling matchups. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.